First thing foremost, want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone and rule well, blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Yeah, we finishing off the camp as far as inside, not in transit, but you know, we just decided to bring it into the vehicle because for one thing, the winds are crazy, but not only that, they kept messing with our live stream on GMS6, so we don't know if it's a domain issue on the camp page or if Esau just messing with us, but we gravitate more towards Esau fucking with us because, you know, we're in the time now that they're getting ready to shut down this content. So, Lord's will, you brothers and you sisters can get a clear visual of what we're saying because when we tried to put it back up on the camp page, we had no audio, so we're just gonna finish off the remaining minutes and follow the spirit. What we end on last, Jeremiah 16 and 16? Yeah, bring that back out, man, because we was going into the concept of spiritual power and how this world is cooked and how the men of the Lord are gonna come and we're gonna set this place back under the authority of Yahushua, man. Okay.
It's Jeremiah 16 and 16. It say, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Yep, it says from every hill, from out of every hole of the rocks, man, going into the bunkers, going into these different governments. We're gonna really put this world back in subjugation, man, as it needs to be, because we was going into the whole mindset of how Esau doesn't bring true justice. Okay, we broke down how adultery is at an all-time high, how he doesn't prosecute adultery, but he would prosecute a person for putting somebody in the spirit world because of adultery, but turn around and say that he believe in God. Wait a minute, man, how can you believe in God if you allowed adultery? You're a hypocrite. All right. So yeah, man, those times essentially they got to come. They can't come quick enough. The fact that it's this hard to get a show uploaded to do the work of the Heavenly Father, and we got to resort to other means of improvising to do the work. That's too much mental shit. It's just a lot, bro. It should just be straightforward. We can do the work and be gone. But he wants to fuck with everything, you know. But yeah, you got all types of pedophiles out here. You got all this type of MAGA content going online. It's hate shit, and he don't mess with them. But he comes up against the servants of the Heavenly Father, man.
Right.
Go ahead, Al.
This is Isaiah chapter 2. I'll start at verse 11. It says, the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down, and the Lord Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord Yahweh of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. You know, I'm going to skip down a little bit. It says, verse 17, and the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man shall be made low. And the Lord, verse 18, it says, and the idols shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks, and into the caves of the earth, for the fear of the Lord Yahweh, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. You know, so what coincides with the earth shaking terribly? You know,
At least hiding.
yeah, and the missiles are gonna shake the earth terribly. So that's gonna coincide around the time when this nigga started running. You know, going into these holes. And then speaking about the proud and the lofty, all right, like the brother brought out, we're gonna go from mountain to mountain. Search party, you know, like the predators, you know. How they send them off to a planet to go hunt, you know. And it says, verse 20, in that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one himself for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks, for fear of the Lord Yahweh, for the glory of his majesty. Shalak, y'all read that. That's basically it on that.
Yeah, but you know that's the point. You know, the elites going into the bunkers to hide from their judgment, because you know they've been doing wickedness for generations. And not only the elites, all you wicked ass people at YouTube, man. You know, we getting tired of having to deal with this shit on these live streams, because it ain't just us, it's brothers everywhere having to deal with this. We coming for y'all motherfuckers at YouTube, man.
Right. The Lord got all of you marked, man. That's what Esau don't get, man. You know.
A lot of Israelites too, man. A lot of these guys, like, what's the newest flavor of the week? John the Baptist wasn't in it. How many times we got to go over that, brothers?
Yeah.
And another thing too, what's them clowns? What's the nigga with the hat? The short dude. You know, the Genesis. Yeah, him. His big argument now is Paul condoned us idols, bro.
Idol worship.
We done been over there a lot of times. Where if you go get a a falafel sandwich, or if you go to KFC and get a 3-piece, guess what? That's sacrificing to an idol, bro. You think the fucking East Indians, and you go get some Indian rice or whatever the hell they got, some shawarma or chicken or whatever the fuck they call it, you think that those coolies in there is sacrificing up to Yahweh Shai?
No.
No, bro. So now I can't go to the cuisine spot now because now they're praying to a different God. You have no control over what they do. That's what Paul said, don't let it fuck with your conscience, because if you let it fuck with your conscience, then it becomes overly, it'll bug you out.
Right.
It's just food at the end of the day, bro.
Food.
Hell, if my sister say, even though you don't go to Thanksgiving dinner, and this argument come out every year around this time with them guys.
Yeah.
It came out last year and the year before last, if y'all can remember. But my sister bring me a plate of Thanksgiving food. Am I gonna say no because it was cooked for Thanksgiving?
For the devil.
Nah, motherfucker, I'm hungry, I ain't eat shit, I'm gonna eat it. As long as it's lawful food and no abomination, I'm gonna eat it. Fuck the ceremony, I don't care about that.
Right.
Well, I can't eat that because she cooked that turkey leg on Thanksgiving. But if you cooked it a day after, then I can eat it.
It's good.
That's stupid, bro.
It's dumb. It's not gonna make no damn difference.
Jake be trying to live like we not in captivity.
Right.
You know?
But bro, this the same nigga that shaved his head, bro.
Right.
He wears a fitted hat.
Yeah, the shake his head.
Yeah, like, dog, like.
And if you're gonna go that far, I guess you can't go to the grocery store because they sell turkeys for Thanksgiving. So, off rip. So you just not gonna get your food at all now.
Yeah.
I mean that argument is so fucking dumb, man.
You were to break down every logo and things on the packaging of food, bro, it'll all go back to some idolatrous bullshit.
Yeah, you can't
Bro,
wear
Starbucks, bro. But see, this is why the Yahweh Shai got to come back, man, because we got to be delivered from unreasonable, and wicked men.
Yeah.
If we depend on these Jakes to help us see the light, we'll be in hell.
Yeah.
We couldn't win with these niggas, bro.
Right.
You ain't keeping a Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? You ain't, bro, we would be destroyed out here.
Okay.
Your shoe ain't tied up. You ain't got the tassels on your shoestrings, bro. Make sure they'll jump, man. That nigga got French t-shirt on, bro.
Right. That's why Yahweh Shai had to go into these things in Matthew the 5th chapter to try to break these things down, man. Like, yeah, the law, Moses codified the law to manage millions and millions of Israelites, but there's a spirit behind it.
Spirit,
You know, when the scriptures speak about not eating a food sacrificed to an idol, that goes back to Jake. He was going back with the Moabites coming out of Egypt, having these orgies, eating the food at their feast.
Yeah.
You know, he was at their feast, dealing with sex orgies and doing all kind of other wickedness. So yeah, that was wicked. You know,
It was way more involved.
right? But it ain't like if somebody had an extra leg of lamb or something. You know, and they brought it back to you. You didn't participate in none of that, but it's still food.
Yeah.
You know. So the Yahweh Shai had to break down the spirit behind the law. That's all throughout the scriptures. Paul had to break that down, man. There's the law and there's the spirit of the law. You know, and you got to walk after what? The spirit, man.
Okay.
And you're not subject to the law if you're walking after the spirit. So
Yeah.
the Lord is not dealing with you, jot and tittle Israelites, man. Looking for every little nitpicking thing, but then in your spirit, you're not right. You know?
Okay. That's what the Lord said, wear the leaven of the Pharisees, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the leaven of the Pharisees, because they push the law, but then at the same time, they don't abide by it.
Yep.
All right, matter of fact, go. You got it. Beautiful. Get that in Corinthians as well. What is it? Corinthians 14, not 14. We'll pull it through the spirit.
Talk about meats.
Meats, yep.
Oh yeah.
This is book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 9. It says, "But in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men." And he called the multitude and said unto them, "Hear and understand. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth the man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth the man." So you can't get defiled because you ate a bird that's considered lawful and clean, and you ate something on Thanksgiving Day, happened to be because somebody gave you a plate or whatever, man. At the end of the day, you know, it's a dinner like any other day. But we're not coming together with our family members saying, hey, we give thanks to this day, happy Thanksgiving. That's when you celebrating this shit, you know? Other than that, it's just fucking food, you know? But y'all can't, but eating that turkey, you don't become defiled by that, man. You get defiled by what coming out. You coming out, you're saying happy Thanksgiving, we give thanks to this day, and you have all these specific items that's used as a victory feast for slaughter in the Northern Kingdom.
Yeah, it's the ritualistic behind it. The food itself is not the problem. It's the festivities, because with any feast, you're going to have food. It's food. I mean, the same with Christmas dinner. It's a feast. You know, the celebration is wicked. But the food, you know, you may have stuffing and dressing or fucking, what do you call that? Cranberry sauce, which represents the blood of the saints. Bro, that's all lawful food, but the festivities, man. But like when you go in 1 Corinthians, the 8th chapter, it goes to food sacrificed to idols. Paul broke it down, man. So like the brother was bringing out earlier, you have a guilty conscience going in Walmart or Whole Foods or wherever you may shop and getting a box of macaroni because it got the Kraft symbol on there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the spirit you can't be in. So a brother can't go and get a 3-piece from a certain restaurant because he's got to worry about a fucking Mujib sacrificing until the Elamite god. You dudes are fucking unreasonable, man. This is why we got to get delivered from niggas, bro. Got to.
God.
Because we're not saying that ain't nothing you can eat, like you can just eat pork, but at the same time, you trying to be over righteous, over afflicting yourself, man. You know, you ain't got to break the bank wearing all 100% fabric. You know, if you got it, and you know, to each his own. We ain't saying you wicked for not doing it, but for you to try to string every brother up to a standard that cannot be kept. The scriptures say they cannot be kept to the perfect intent. So the Lord is looking at what? Your spirit, man.
Yahweh Shah didn't even do that to brothers, bro. He didn't rope you up through the law. Yahweh Shah didn't tie nobody. No, Yahweh Shah healed on the Sabbath, man. That's why he was cursing out the scribes and Pharisees, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't got fringes on, so now you wicked. But wait a minute. We witnessed a guy sending a whole D-pic to another man's wife with fringes on. So that goes into one being a Jew outwardly versus inwardly, man. He's a Jew outwardly, but inwardly he was a nigga.
Right.
Because the fringe is supposed to remind you, okay, no, I don't have to do this. But when you have Yahweh Shai written in you, you don't need fringes to not commit adultery, nigga.
Right. It's supposed to be in you.
It's supposed to be in you. You're conscious, man. I can't pop that man's wife because it tells us in Leviticus such and such that the adulterer and the adulteress would surely be put to death. That's supposed to stick with you. You don't need fucking fringes to know that. You don't need fringes to know that you're not supposed to eat pork or you're not supposed to be a goddamn pegger.
Right.
Hell, you got a nigga getting pegged that wore fringes on his shirt. Now what?
Right.
Talk about that.
Probably had the fringes on while the act was happening.
Yeah, it's probably a fantasy of his.
Yeah.
You know?
See, the same niggas will try to persecute David because he ate the showbread, you know, because he's gonna go right back to the law and say, well, technically you gotta be the sons of Aaron, blah 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 blah. But read through the spirit, man. David's not just a king; he's a priest, man.
Right.
You know, there's an order to things. You see, you're not spiritual. You know, and that you gotta understand what Moses was tasked with, man, which is managing a bunch of niggas.
Yep.
Hell, even all of that down, you still needed judges to rule over matters, man.
Hell, even the Maccabees, they went into the account when they gave it how David ate the showbread when he was hungered. And then the Maccabees, because it was a conflict over do we fight or flee or do we just sit here on the Sabbath? But it was like, well, think about it. Why would you sit here and let somebody kill you because you're in a dead rat? No. You prayed up to the Heavenly Father, and then they said, no, we got to go to war, because if not, then we won't have nobody. You know? Just like us going out and speaking on a Sabbath. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, we do it. So what?
It's a good deed.
Yeah, it's a good deed, man.
Right. It's been in the spirit. But I got a precept.
Yeah, you got it, brother.
This is Matthew 23:1. It says, Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that you observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
You got it, bro. You break it down.
Yeah, Khan, just going into the point that, you know, these guys out here trying to, you know, wrap you up and rope you up with the little tittle bits of the law, and the whole time they missing the big point, man, which is being in the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, walking after the spirit of Yahweh Shah, man.
God.
It's like brothers was bringing out, Yahweh Shah wasn't on that nitpick shit, man. You know, like, hey, you gotta follow the spirit, man. And it's not even that hard. Because scriptures say the Lord said his yoke is light.
Yeah. And this is how extreme niggas is, because Yahweh Shai healed a lame man on the Sabbath and told him to pick up his bed. And then he walked by the scribes and Pharisees and they said, nigga, why you carrying your bed?
Right.
First of all, I just got fucking healed, bro.
Yeah.
They didn't even look at the fact that the man was walking. But that show you niggas focus on the wrong shit. Niggas always looking for the negativity and everything, bro. Why you carrying your bed? Nigga, I'm walking. You should be rejoicing.
Right. But that's what they missed, man.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing they missed. The Lord came to heal the sick, raise the dead, you know, give sight to the blind, you know, restore his people, man. And how the fuck you tripping off because a nigga is carrying his bed on a particular day, but he's just being healed, man. The Lord literally just healed him. But that showed these guys missed a bigger point.
Yeah.
Bro, it goes into how they swat at gnats and shit and trying to perform the weightier matter of the law. Hey, I want to find out how you start back walking. Show me where this guy at, because I need some healing.
Yeah. I think it's about wisdom, man. And the scriptures refer to it as the ways of life. You know, we had a custom of the firstborn, but did every single firstborn get the birthright?
No.
No. You know?
A lot of them didn't. Hell.
It's a spiritual wisdom thing that you got to be locked into Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
Jacob got the blessing. Ephraim got the bigger blessing. King David, hey, he was anointed over his brothers. He wasn't even considered even up in line to become a king. And Samuel was like, wait a minute, what about the young one there, the young guy, man? Because Samuel read the spirit, the humility of it, bro.
Yep.
You know, he said, yeah, this guy be a good king because, for one thing, look how he's tending to the sheep. And a good king is known for delegating righteousness to the subjects, man. That Solomon was good to his servants, man. Sometimes to a fault, but you get the point. But you had more wicked kings in Israel than righteous. Right. You got that Corinthians 8, bro?
Yeah, this 1 Corinthians 6, and I'm gonna start at 12. It says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but the Most High destroyeth both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. And the Most High had raised up the Lord, and will also raise up us by his own power.
Right. When it says the things are lawful but not expedient, that means, yes, it's within the law to not eat a food that you believe is sacrificed to an idol, but is it expedient? You know, at the end of the day, you still got to be able to move through this thing, man. You know, all you super brews out there wearing fringes everywhere at Walmart, proclaiming yourself, you're doing too goddamn much, man.
Yeah.
You know, walk in the spirit, man, and then the Lord will deal with you, man. The Lord will get you out of these different things.
Yeah, but see, that proves that they're not in the spirit because they're too focused on the letter of the law, bro. They looking on the outward appearance, man.
Right.
Bro, IUIC will condemn you for not having fringes on. Bro, like, no, what are you talking about? We're not in our captivity. We're not sovereign right now. It's lawful to wear, but it's not expedient at a job to wear fringes, man.
Yeah, and I pulled the wrong precepts.
Yeah, nah, you
1
cool.
Corinthians 8.
Yeah, I'll go through it, bro. You got something out? You got something? Bring that out real quick.
This is Ecclesiastes 7. I'll start at verse 15. It says, all things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in wickedness. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself overwise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? You know, so that's the key right there is doing too damn much, man. Being righteous over much. Like, there's no way you can keep the law 100%. Like right now, we're in a vehicle right now. Okay, when the Shabbat, we go to camp, it requires you to start your engine. You just lit a fire by ignition. You know, so
Turn on the lights.
oh my God, like so you about to go, you about to be in the house with all your lights off.
Yeah,
It's gonna be negative 15 degrees out. No, I'm gonna go ahead and just freeze to death.
And this
real
bitch
quick.
freezing. I can't even take a hot shower.
Come on, man.
How many sugar boys you didn't put to the spirit world, man?
None.
Was that lawful? It's lawful. ain't it?
Absolutely.
How many adulterers you killed? Or I say killed because it's not murder, it's a difference. But how many people, see, that's what I'm saying. Jake swats his shit that don't really have no business. It's like, all right, bro, it's a baseless argument. We can argue about the letter of law all day. You'll be able to get me on some technicality of the law. At some point, I mean, like, I'll be able to get you on one. But that's not the point, bro. That's why Yahweh Shai said, don't worry about all the genealogies and things that dote about strifing and contentious arguments, man.
God. That's why the scriptures make it clear that, you know, those type of things isn't about to get you delivered. Because by default, just living in this fucking hellhole, automatically you wake up, you done broke the law. You done broke a commandment somehow. You know? I mean, especially a lot of y'all got women, right? In these other camps. Because y'all, you know, pay them to come out there or gravitate towards them to get more money.
Bro,
get
they
more
laying in the
following.
same bed with their wife
Same.
on a period,
Yeah,
bro.
so she's got a period. You know, is your whole house clean? Did you take everything out she sat on? You know, y'all not doing all of that, man.
Nah, bro, because if the thing is, like, okay, let's say if a woman was on your bed and she had a period, you'll be unclean to evening, so you got to take the sheets and you got to wash them. But if her blood gets on you, you're unclean for 7 days.
Yep.
Y'all ain't doing that, man. A lot of you dudes probably popping your women on your period, man. Because, see, you got to understand, Jake is wicked.
God.
All right? You can't put nothing past a nigga. Niggas are worse than a fucking white man. They just don't have the national power to display their wickedness.
Right.
But Jake is wicked, man.
Yep.
God. That's right, because y'all should have a whole separate household, man. Y'all ain't got the funds to do that either. A lot of Jakes ain't got money to have 2 cribs
Hell no.
for you and your woman.
Yeah, especially if they niggas are wicked, especially being in the truth. Because I think Elder, you had mentioned it one day, you know, because you got like the, you know, you have the elect, and then you also technically will have the elect of the 2/3, man. You know, that's why the Lord said judgment is gonna start at the house of the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you got certain niggas that's just, they get this truth, they get proud as hell, and they just, the Lord brought your ass in to destroy you, man. You know, but yeah, that was
You got it, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 61. It says, he made man and he put his heart in the midst of the body and gave him breath, life, and understanding. Okay, that's the principal thing, man. Being locked into Yahweh Shem Yahushai, first and foremost, man. Okay? And it says, surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. You know, that's why you always got to watch out for guys that are trying to catch you up on every little piece of the law, because they be hiding the most bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Prime example, Chief Pegazar, man. You know,
Chief.
Chief Freak. You know, all of those railing accusations he had against us, man. What was he up to?
Right.
You know, because you're
Doing the butt.
yeah. 'Cause the Lord knows you, man. Okay, brother can grab Jeremiah 17 and 10. It says, surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame, man. All of them bullshit accusations that y'all like to make and imply to the men of Great Millstone, the Lord's gonna get you niggas, man. He heard all of you, man. All that shit you've been talking, all of you rumors y'all are spreading, you know. You know, the Lord is looking out for upright men, you know.
Right.
Like it says in Psalm 51, a contrite heart, you know. Not a brother that slipped up and did this on accident, or, you know, he might have got caught in some folly and doing this and that, you know, and now you trying to make a big deal out of it, you know. But the Lord's gonna try that man's spirit, you know.
Hey, this that precept real quick from the Mark Cabal, Jeremiah 17 and 10. It says, I, Yahweh, searched the heart, and I tried the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Yeah.
What's the fruit of your doing is doing the work of the Lord to the best of your ability, man. Not hitting every single thing in Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Exodus, you know, to the T. It's gonna be the works that you're putting in, man, that effort, man.
Right.
That's why the scriptures go into what we were speaking about it last night, charity. Charity goes a long way, man.
Yeah.
And it takes a certain man of integrity to have that kind of spirit in him to do that.
And that's why Abraham got the promises, because he showed his works through his faith.
His faith, yeah.
And the law wasn't even, you know, put in stone at the time.
Yeah. Yep.
So that
Tell them we in a live stream right now.
Okay.
Yeah. What about now? Can y'all hear?
We call him now.
We good.
We good?
Have a good one, boss.
Hey, Shalom, Mark.
Hey, Shalom.
Yeah, we're in a live stream. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. You all still camping?
Con, we're in a live stream doing a sit down.
Oh, y'all not camping anymore?
No, we just moved to the vehicle because they was best with the live stream, and wind is kind of picking up. So yeah, we just doing a live stream sit down real quick.
Okay. Should I just head to your house then, or?
God, you wanna? Yeah, Con.
Because I was done. I was gonna try to catch up with more, but you said y'all. It's too windy, or like you said, the live stream fucking up. I'll just go to your house and wait for you. Are you all going there afterwards, or?
Con, I'll head right there.
All right, Con. How long do you think you all leave when you all done?
So we finna wrap up probably like in 10, 15 minutes of that.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna head to y'all house.
Con. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, Slocky, man. We had got a call in that came in. That's probably why the audio was off. But
Good now.
yeah, cool. Shit, man. What was we at again?
I had appreciated it.
Yeah, I want to bring it up. I'm gonna bring out this Corinthians and we'll end it on that. But go ahead.
this is Galatians chapter 3, verses 16. It says, "Now to Abraham and his seed where the promise is made, he saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as one, and to thy seed, which is the anointed. And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before the Most High in the anointed, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul, and it should make the promise of none effect. For the inheritance of the law, for if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of promise, but the Most High gave it to Abraham by promise." You see, so that's what we're saying. So all you guys, you know, you want to hang up on the law so much, but you're not understanding that the Most High granted the promises to Abraham off of faith and his works, man. Which is the same thing that Yahushua was saying, man.
Con. Faith without works is dead, man. You know? Yeah, son, bro?
Con.
Yeah, bring that out, and I'll bring this out. We'll dip it.
This is just a quick one. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 17. "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Like, they over here messing up with the scriptures on what's more important, keeping the law and all this stuff. But yeah, you got things actually going on in this country right now that you should be speaking on. Like, they about to literally start closing down airspace.
Yeah, brother.
Like, that's a huge fucking deal, man.
Yeah.
For them to just shut down the airspace. Why? Because the government shut down. The air traffic controllers ain't getting paid, man. So while y'all bringing up topics that we already edified and taught on being stupid, you're not. But why are you speaking about things like this going on, man? Why aren't you warning the people that shit is about to be out of control?
But see, a lot of things they do, they preach how it's shot at envy and strife because it's views. Because there's a big podcast spirit going on in Israel now. Everybody wants to be the top guy. You know what I'm saying? So they will pick arguments, baseless arguments that will go forever because they want the clout, man, you know. But like you said, they're not going into prophecy. Hell, they said that they're short 2,000 to 3,000 controllers for the airspace, so they got to shut it down. They canceled over 800 flights, and that was causing chaos at the airports, man. And around this time of year is when
travel is like at all-time high, man.
Yep.
I mean, people coming from all parts of the world to come over here to spend holidays with their families, and now flights are being delayed and perhaps canceled because the government shutdown. These are things that we should be focused on, man, because that affects everybody, whether it be indirectly or directly to some degree. You know?
That's right. And all the prices of everything gonna go up behind all this, man. And more people can't go to work. You got people flying on planes. They're flying to go to work. And whatever they at, they can't make it there. Shit gonna start just closing, man.
Flight attendants, man, you know, pilots, all that stuff. You know?
Snap EBT make up for 25% of revenue for Walmart.
Yeah, because Walmart is like for poor people, as they say. Well, quick precept. Well, going into this Corinthians 8, we're just gonna kind of skim through it a little bit because, you know, we brought it out earlier, but it says here, food sacrificed to idols. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge, but knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth, man. Doing the shows is a form of charity, man. Helping brothers out, that's a form of charity, man. Hell, picking up the phone for a brother, hey brother, I need some wise counsel. That's charity, all right? But it says, and if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. But if any man love Yahweh, the same is known of him. But as concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered into sacrifice, that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, but that there is none other power but one. It says, for though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as there be many gods, many, and lords many, but to us there is but one power, the Father, of whom all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, and by whom all things, and we by him. But howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge. It says, for some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as things offered unto our idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. Meaning that if you go to Starbucks or if you go to Mickey D's and get a Big Mac with extra mac sauce, and because you know that was sacrificed to some type of deity, let's say the Ronald McDonald demon or whatever, that will fuck with you guys' heads because you're weak-minded, man. You just can't say, well, this is some food, this is what this kingdom is built on, what the fuck else I'm gonna do? The Heavenly Father knows, man. I'm not eating here because it's just something I want to eat. It's just I need some food in me. It's simple, bro.
It's about your conscience.
It's the conscience, man. Hey, brother, if I go to the Mediterranean spot we be going to get the chicken gyros, and even though they're sacrificing that shit to Allah, my conscience is not defiled.
Right.
It ain't nothing but some fucking chicken and some potatoes and falafels and tzatziki sauce and vegetables, bro.
Food is food.
It's food, nigga. You want to get into the depths of them sacrificing, bro. We ain't in our fucking kingdom. You can't go and put Elam or Ishmael to death because they're offering up foods that you may eat that they cook to their gods, bro. You ain't got no fucking power. So what you gonna do?
Quick one.
Yeah.
Hebrews 13:18. Pray for us, for we trust we have a good conscience in all things, willing to live honestly. See, we living honestly, man. It ain't like, oh, we want to worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushua on the outside, but then behind the scenes we want to sacrifice to Satan and Molech, man.
Yeah.
You know, we trying to keep our bellies full like everybody else in this fucking world, man. We got more than enough shit to deal with.
Yeah, and now that's different. If behind closed doors you giving up allegiance to the Baphomet, but you calling on Yahweh Bashim, then that's wicked. Yeah. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Right.
That's
that ain't got nothing to do with eating.
Yeah. That's some other shit. And it says here, now take heed lest by any means this liberty of your, wait a minute, why did it call it liberty? Because it's something that's not frowning. You can do it. It's liberty. There's no sin in that. All right? It ain't like you're worshiping a deity.
Right.
This is why we tell you brothers, man, like, yeah, don't be going to no Thanksgiving celebrations, you know, but if you got to be there for whatever reason, don't let it defile your conscience. Just pray to the Lord and keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, we ain't saying, oh, yeah, well, we can go to things. No, we not saying that. Don't be getting simple. Like, well, I'm going to go check out my baby brother's house because he's cooking a fucking turkey. Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got to be there, then don't be there. Me personally, I wouldn't want to be there because I don't want to be bothered with my family anyway. They vex my spirit. You know, but if they get a plate to go or whatever, it is what it is. All right? We ain't condemning you for that. But it says, but take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
It says, for if any man see thee which has knowledge sit at meat in the idol's temple, should not the conscience of him which is weak be embodied to eat those things which are offered to idols? So essentially, you got knowledge of these things, and it may be like a certain situation for a younger brother that he's not strong to consume it. You may don't want to do it around, like certain things you just don't do around all men. May be lawful, but if you got a drinking problem, or if you drink a lot, ideally you don't want to show that in front of the young men, because they gonna pick up on that and they gonna start doing it, and before you know it, you're gonna have a problem on your hands, man. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why it says, let your season be seasoned, your speech be seasoned with salt, man. You gotta watch how you move around brothers too, and what you say, how you say things. You know, are you guys doing that? You know? Of course not. Because you give the wrong example all the fucking time. The fact that your Passovers, you had to pass over the fucking strip club, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
GMS mad I'm in a Benz.
Yeah.
That's the wrong example.
And the scriptures say you would know them by their fruit.
Yeah.
Look at the shit that they do. The fact that they push gimmicks in this thing. It's all gimmicky. The fitted hats. Now you got Jakes in Israel thinking it's okay to wear hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting off the live stream with a whole Kingdom of Hearts sword on your fucking shoulder and shit.
That's why a lot of you men are going to be destroyed. All right? A lot of you dudes that call yourselves Israel, like how about Shemi Hawashai is going to eliminate a lot of you Jakes, man. All right? And we just going to leave it at that. But it says here, and though thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish from whom Yahushua died. But it says, but when ye sin so against the brethren and wound their weak conscience, yet we sin against Yahushua. So wherefore, if any meat make thy brother to offend, I will eat no flesh while the world standeth, lest I make my brother to offend. So in many ways, man, just don't do certain shit around men, bro. Period. Even if it is liberty in it, just be careful. All right? So it's straightforward. It's not rocket science. But y'all brothers got anything else? Y'all good? All right. Well, shit, man. Well, we gonna close out, man. Salakia for the technical difficulties we experienced at the camp, but Lord's will, this seals it, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, y'all edified. To the next lesson. Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball. Shalom.